So I haven't made a video in a while, and well, I've made a lot of videos from live streaming, but I haven't actually made like a real legit review or do something video. So here I have a reason to make a video. I have no antennas on my house or in my house or anywhere. I just use like whips and stuff, and I'm too far away from my favorite repeater to really do anything. So I went and got the Tram model 1481. It's a dual band VHF UHF big long pole antenna that I'm going to stick on my chimney, hopefully, if all goes well. So I'm going to put it together and hopefully not get coronavirus while doing it, because Amazon departments have had many cases. So first things first, and second thing first, Founders All Day IPA. So this antenna is really cheap, like compared to the one like Diamond makes, like the X50 and the other ones. Now I'm all slippery, Jesus. Supposedly it does just as well, if not better, than all the other ones, but it does have a lot of issues. Like the biggest, water gets into it because it's not weatherproof. A lot of people have said like, yeah, just put some like self-amalgamating tape. This is difficult. Beautiful. Self-amalgamating tape on the joints so that they don't get water in them. It's on 70 centimeters, 200 watts. Uses a UHF female connector. Now, I despise outdoor antennas that use UHF, like SO239 on an outdoor antenna, because they're not waterproof. You have to like clobber them up with like self-amalgamating tape and all that stuff to make it like waterproof. An in connector would be a much better, much more preferable thing, and more better antennas like Diamond, Comet, they have, they use in connectors. Some do, some don't. And it's a total height of 16 feet. It's going to be as tall as my house. Well, I mean, probably half as tall. Should go something like, here's a question. There's an element way down in there. Don't know if you can see it. Like that's where it attaches to this thing sticking out here. So how does it do that exactly? Push it down in there and hope for the best? Like calling that done? I'm not so sure. Don't be dumb like me. See, the bottom element actually pops out, and you use a set screw securely with supplied Allen wrench. Now where's the supplied Allen wrench? There's the supplied Allen wrench. There's two of them. And I left this in the bag. Dumb. I'm dumb. Man, it's hot. How do I get that thing out of there? Do I just like... Yes, that is how you do it. So the set screw is actually already in there. So you gotta back it out of there. So that just sticks in there like that. And now I tighten it. Real tight. This is supposedly the gasket that holds the water out, but I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't do all. Now I need 2 crescent wrenches to get this thing up perfectly snug and tight. There's still quite a bit of gap in here. Okay, I thought it would be a little less dumb to, you know, put this on a table and not on the ground, because I'm inevitably going to lose some bit or bob. So I got crescent wrench, and I'm going to give these things a good old, wait a second. Wrong way. That's tight. Now we're going to do the same thing to this side. So I need to get the antenna element to poke out again. And to do that, I'm going to have to do the dance. There it is. The instructions don't really tell you to do that, but I got it. I think that might be the source of at least some consternation. Some of the reviews, they say like, how do I get this thing? It's like, well, there's a secret dance you gotta do. Yet again, we need the Allen wrench and back the set screw out. I just had faith there was actually a set screw in there until it can't go no more. Oh, all good. Put it together. It's going to slide the element back up there. And I guess this little black line means that's how far you need to go down. Let me check the instructions real quick to make sure I'm not doing something stupid. And tight securely with special wrench on flat sides of shell joints. There's a special wrench? Is it talking about this thing? Special wrench. Is that even on the list? I don't see it. I didn't even see it fall out of the bag or anything, but I mean, crescent wrenches work just fine. What? They won't even fit that one. Where the heck is the special wrench? Well, we'll just ignore that for right now. And just tighten it really hard. And that should be fine. It's got those 3 radials. Just pop them out of the bag. The nuts are already threaded onto the rods, so it's just a matter of plopping them in. Take our crescent wrench. Tight. And that's it. And there you have it. A 16-foot long antenna. Like, very long. Probably can't even see the top of it. Literally more than half as tall as my house. So the next steps would probably be to put on this bracket doohickey. Yeah. So at the bottom there is a little cap for the SO239 connector, which is, again, not ideal, but that's okay. You put this on first because the tube goes over it, right? And this is why I need to buy a tripod. Honestly, I should have bought a tripod before I decided to become a YouTube star. And then for the support pipe, I'm going to go ahead and put these on that using these and some of those. And I won't show you that by the magic of video. So here's a small problem. Well, this is tightened on there as far as it can go. But it, yeah, because this washer is prohibiting the screw to protrude very far into that, you know, cylinder there, which is a problem. And there are 3 of those screws. 1, 2, 3, as it says on the, you know, list of things that it has. And they're all that short. So I'm not going to be able to use this lock washer, and I'm going to need to get longer screws. That is a bad review coming from me. By the magic of video. Ta-da! Now, without those washers, which you desperately need for a situation like this, they fit just fine and they're very sturdy, but like, you can't, what, come on. So now the coax goes through the tube, and keeping this, this hole and the direction of the, like, wording here pointed up, I presume, because this hole is what attaches it to the actual antenna. Fish that down through there. And then align. God damn, another problem. Since I have torqued down this screw, it has made this tube slightly squished. This needs to be down here, presumably, but I wanted to put it up here for more, you know, torque stability. But I just wonder if I can jam it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And so now I've got it to where that threaded hole in the tube is lined up with the hole in the outer tube. So now I can put a screw in there and be happy. There we go. So now it's ready to mount. I'm gonna mount you. Oh, that's a tree. In order to test drive this right now, I have a metal rod, fence post that I'm gonna bang into the ground. Avoid the tree. Avoid the fiber optic cable. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Come on, stop your wiggling. Alright, kind of holds. Get this thing a little bit more tightened up than just sitting here loosey-goosey. As a baseline, this Tram, also 1181 mag mount antenna, will be the baseline antenna. And I'm going to need to put this on a ground plane, right? And to do that, ground plane. Another antenna I can use to compare with is the signal stick, which is literally the only antenna I've been using VHF, UHF on besides the Tram for whenever I'm in the car. I'm going to do a scan through of the VFO, or my memories, which is a bunch of repeaters all around the area, and see what I can hear, and then move to a different antenna, see what I can hear, and then move to the big boy and see what I can hear from there.
Well, that's all I got.
So it looks like there's 1 dot over a 7, just barely peeking to a 9. Now this is with the Tram mag mount antenna, and it is showing a full S9. Well, you can't see it, but I can. And this is with the big boy, and it also has a full S9 reading. So here's something really interesting. If you know your ham bands, you'll notice this is not an amateur radio repeater. This is actually a GMRS repeater. I've never heard one of those before. Another goofy thing I noticed is the antenna's unplugged, but I can still hear it. It must be really, really close. Like, that's actually a really good signal. It's really out of focus, but it's a good signal. So I'm going to give this a shot where I pick a repeater that I know I can hardly hit. This is the 146850 St. Louis Suburban Radio Club repeater. I'm going to go on extra low power, and I'm going to try to talk into it. N0 SSC testing. N0 SSC testing. Nothing. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the mag mount antenna. N0 SSC testing. Now I'm going to switch to the big boy. N0 SSC testing. There it is! N0 SSC testing. Nice. I don't really know how well I got into the repeater, but I got into it. The other two antennas definitely didn't. And this is just being on the ground. Like, with all things equal, this antenna is going to be like 30 feet higher. So that's going to be our next step. In the next video, and if I don't kill myself from falling, I'm going to take it up to the roof. I've never been on my roof. I don't even know if I can reach it, but give it a shot. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and click like and subscribe for more. And if you want to learn CW with me, check me almost every night at 7 p.m. Central. And I'll be right here streaming it live. Bye! Where's our chimney at? Shouldn't we have a chimney?